Joining me now, radio talk show hosts Dana Lash and Richard Fowler. I've said this many times on the air, but one of my mentors, Britt Hume, has a saying, which I love, which is, winners take responsibility and losers blame others. I am not calling the secretary a loser, but that mantra, it rings true because people only listen to you in terms of fixing a problem when you acknowledge that there is one and then take responsibility for it. Wouldn't she be better served, Richard, if she did that?
Well, I think, my mom always used to say, Megan, action speaks louder than words. What we've seen from the secretary is action. Only has she called in the best of the best to make sure this website works. But beyond that, she's been all across this country trying to fix the flaws, working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to get it done.
What about stopping and looking at those cameras and saying, you know what, American people, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the hours you've had to waste sitting on this website that doesn't work that you paid $400 million for. I'm sorry you're getting kicked off of your insurance plans, contrary to all my promises and President Obama's promises.
Well, but I think she said that by saying we didn't anticipate all the flaws that we've had, but we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that we fix them. And I think we'll hear her when she goes to Congress next week say the same thing. Hey, listen, we need to make sure we get this done. At the end of the day, Megan, history will not judge whether or not the system didn't work the first 3 weeks. History will judge how many people got health care, how many people got a chance to see the doctor, how many people have a chance to go to work because they have safe and better working environment.
Days wasting their time online, and if they're getting the letters from their insurance carriers telling them they're losing their insurance, who cares?
Yeah, right. It's no big deal, right? What difference does it make? That seems to be the mantra coming from this administration. All I hear are excuses, Megan. That's all I hear from the Health and Human Services Secretary. For her to sit here in that one soundbite that you played and say, well, the law dictated that we have to roll this out on October 1st. Everybody who read the law, even if you needed help of an attorney in 3 months to do it, like myself, because it was such legalese heavy, even if you read the law, everything that you read in it was at the discretion of Health and Human Services Secretary, at her sole discretion, at her discretion. That's repeated over and over again in the law. She had to decide by last July what the date was going to be, July of 2012, what the date was going to be to roll this out. Now, you're telling me they had $600 some odd million that they awarded in contracts to this Canadian firm, a no-bid contract, 93 of which was used on this website. She 3 years, and she just now realized coming up to the rollout that it wasn't working. The buck stops with her.
And now, Richard, and now we have this bizarre situation where this poor operator who took Sean Hannity's call the other day and just told him the truth about what she'd been told to tell the public about Obamacare, got fired for speaking to Sean, but Kathleen Sebelius still has her job. Watch it.
Okay, so you took my call, you answered all our questions, but the next day, what happened?
They fired me.
Wow. Then what happened? Did you get escorted out?
Yes, sir, I got escorted out.
Are you surprised that Kathleen Sebelius still has her job and you got fired for doing yours?
Yes, sir.
Single mom. Nice. I mean, what do you make of it?
Well, listen, at the end of the day, Megan, I think I can't speak to how she was terminated or why she was terminated, but the truth of the matter is that this law works. I think people are beginning to see the benefits of this law, and I think we can sit here and we could pick fights. But wait a second now, Megan.
There are working parts of the law. There are working parts of the law.
There are working parts of the law.
Don't come on here and spin.
Delayed?
Don't come on here and spin. Everybody has acknowledged that the rollout has been a debacle. So don't spin the viewers that the rollout has not been a debacle.
Listen, Megan, I agree that the website is not working and the rollout has not been as good as it should have been. But we saw the same thing under Medicare Part D under the Bush administration. When you roll out big plans like this, there are going to be glitches. There are going to be issues. Like I said at the beginning, history's going to judge. History's going to judge.
Who has done that?
History's going to judge.
Who has done that? Who has taken responsibility?
Glitch is when it temporarily stops working and then it can be fixed. This is a foobar. This is a snafu. This is a complete and utter fail. This isn't a kink. It's not a glitch. It's a failure, and this website is integral to this entire law. If it works so well, why are they now floating a delay?
Dana, but that's not true.
Then I dare you to implement it fully, no exceptions, no exemptions, without delay.
3 million young people are back on their parents' health care insurance.
You've issued over
50 million
1,200
people now can get health care with
delayed the business mandate. You can monologue over me all you want to, Richard, but it doesn't change the simple
lifetime cap is now gone. I can go on and on and on to talk about how this bill is working.
You're being rude.
Hold on.
Richard,
we can debate.
it's a
We can
delay.
debate till the cows come home the substance of the law, but there is no question that the rollout of this website, for which the American
agree.
people paid hundreds of millions of dollars, has been a complete and utter failure. And even the administration is admitting it, and yet no one will take responsibility for it. So far, we got no one. But poor Earlene, she's gotten fired. She's gone.